everyone, this is Boom Boom Now, and I'm Kate, and I'm so happy you're here with me. I've got a really important topic to discuss today, or at least a topic that excites me a lot. And it is the Japanese concept of Ikigai. And I'm sorry for my pronunciation. That's about the best I can do. I've actually been practicing. Anyway, I went down this rabbit hole that led me to Ikigai because basically I reject this weird concept we call mortality. I've been waiting for a vampire to bite me my whole life, and I still have fingers crossed for that. I want to live to be about 180 years old. Maybe longer, I don't know. Anyway, so in spite of the autoimmune and all of the different things I struggle with, I actually just want to live a really, really long time. And so I'm always searching for things to help me do that. But I think like most people who have this desire to just live a really, really long time, and I'm not sure who doesn't have that desire. Of course, we want to be healthy, we want to be happy, we want to live a quality life for as long as we can. So even if you are not into the whole vampire metaphor the way I am, then I think that almost everybody can agree that we want long, healthy, happy lives. There's a lot of research on this, especially as we baby boomers are such a gigantic group of people aging. There's a lot of research on how to live a long life, and I just want to review some of that, and then we're going to go into Ikigai. So first, the thing that none of us can really do much about, your genes play a huge part in how long you're going to live. It doesn't mean that if both of your parents died, when they were in, let's say, their 80s, that you're going to die when you're in your 80s. That is not the case at all, because lifestyles have changed. There are all kinds of advances in medicine and things like that. But still, your genes have a lot to do with how long you're going to be around. Nothing to be done about that, so moving right along. Diet plays a huge role in it. If you are living on toxins, it's not great if the goal is to live and be vibrant. The next factor, and this one we absolutely control, and it's one that I am working on and I'll do episodes about, and that's staying active and engaging in regular exercise that's appropriate for your body and your ability. But anyway, activity is absolutely key in living a long and healthy life. It's super important for brain health and cognitive function. So it's not just about will you maintain balance and strength. It's also about the health of your brain. Another one that gets a lot of press, and I live in a city, I live in Los Angeles, and this one I find really hard, and you would think it wouldn't be that hard, but it's community connection. People who live connected to vibrant communities, so people who are around extended family, belong to church groups, or are in towns where the people that they've known since they were young are still living there, or just whatever it is, people who are in clubs, whatever that might be, community connection is absolutely key. Here's another one that I find really interesting that I've only started to explore, and that's social respect. So feeling that who you are in the world is respected. And in some cultures, like the Japanese culture, for example, which is where Ikigai comes from, elders are respected. In American culture, I think there are regional differences, but I would say not so much. That's my opinion. I would love to hear yours in the comments box if you feel differently about that, but I don't see our culture as being one that has enormous respect for its elders. So anyway, that's a big topic. So those are the basics. Probably none of them are super surprising to anyone who watches my channel. But I wanted to kind of set that foundation because in some ways, Ikigai will encompass all of that. And I think that's what's so magical about it. So first, I've been told by friends of mine that there's no actual direct English equivalent to Ikigai. So we don't really have this concept in exactly the same way. So any way we talk about it is going to be an approximation, but as close as we can get to it is it's a reason to live. It's our life's purpose, or living in accordance with our life's purpose. And if you think about that, it's a reason to live, right? That says so much. And that's when we're starting to touch on Ikigai. So it's a little bit of background. The term comes from Okinawa originally. People from Okinawa have the longest life expectancy of anybody in the world, any population in the world. There are other populations that live beyond average expectancy, but Okinawa wins. They live an average of 10 healthy years longer than we do. Now hear that, 10 healthy years longer than we do. And I just have to tell you, I want those years. So with that in mind, people in Okinawa work into quite old age. Those are not my parrots. Those are the outdoor wild parrots that decide to only come by when I'm recording. Anyway, if you search online, you can find documentaries and interviews with some of the older people in Okinawa that are still working well past the age of 100. They wouldn't think of not going to work because their work is fulfilling to them, gives them purpose. So to go on with this concept, there are 4 basic categories that have to come together. I'm going to put a graphic somewhere. There are 4 basic categories that have to come together, and in the middle, in the intersection of these categories, is Ikigai. It's the intersection of what you love, what the world needs, what you're good at, and what you can be paid for. Let me just say that again because this is so profound in some ways. It's the middle place in that diagram of what you love, what the world needs, what you're good at, and what you can be paid for. And I love that idea that it's not just this sort of airy-fairy concept. What you can be paid for is part of it. And I really had to sit with that a little bit, and I realized that it's because that's one way we're shown that what we're doing is of value. To me, that's got to be part of it. Now, I did not get this from my research on how the Japanese people feel about this, but for me, that's a huge factor in how I know that what I'm doing is valued. So I just love that. So basically, Ikigai is kind of the love child of that place where all of these concepts meet. I'm blown away. I am completely blown away by this. Imagine what that would be. And that's exactly what I want us all to do. So what I'm trying to do for myself is actually identify what would my Ikigai be? What is it? What's the thing that hits all 4 of those points? And I would like to challenge you to do the same. If this makes any sense to you, try journaling, try spending some time reflecting on things you've done, moments in your life when you've done something you felt totally alive. And then make a list, and check off, does it have all 4 of these components in it? One piece of advice that I heard in some of the videos that I watched for my research was to start small. Once you've identified something that you think might be your Ikigai, start small. It doesn't mean tomorrow you go out and quit your job or sell your house or whatever it might be and jump into this. Think of it as like a side hustle. right? Put some time into it on a regular basis and kind of let it flow. See where it goes. And then enjoy each small step. Enjoy each moment that you get to spend living your Ikigai. That way you're not delaying. And this is that thing we do in the West, especially, right? We delay our joy. I will be happy when? I'll be happy when I meet my soulmate, when we hit our 10-year anniversary, when I get the promotion at work, when I get the college degree, when I get the next college degree. So that joy is always something later. Right now is time to work, and joy will be some kind of weird payoff later. And we toil away our days, our years, and then life's behind us for the most part, right? I don't mean to be depressing, but do we not do that? I know I'm guilty of doing that. I don't know if you are or not, but I know for sure that I am. So what Ikigai asks us to do is start doing that thing that we found and enjoy each moment that we spend engaging in that activity or in that work. Or I'm not sure, I'm exploring this and I don't know exactly how to even articulate all of it. But find the joy in the moment of doing it. And if it's your real Ikigai, that shouldn't be hard to do. Every moment you spend doing it should be joyful. You should be feeling peace and fulfillment while doing it. Then stick with it. If you can do it an hour a week, do it an hour a week. If it's an hour a day, great. If it grows, wonderful. But in the meantime, you are doing this amazing thing that you love, that brings you joy and pride maybe, and a sense of fulfillment. I know that for me, this channel is part of that. My writing is part of that. I get caught up, and I will be very honest with you, while I do get paid for my writing, not always and not much, and of course much maybe isn't part of the requirement, but anyway, for YouTube, of course, nothing, but definitely they're on the right path. I think I'm close. So I'm still working mine out. I'm still exploring, and I hope you will do the same. I hope that this sparks something in some of you and you'll want to explore this concept with me. I would love to hear from you about what you think about this concept. I would love to hear whether you already know what your Ikigai is. How cool would that be? Please share that. And if you want to take this journey with me, put that in the comments. We can do more videos like this. Who knows? Maybe you can even come on and talk about your journey. Who knows? Anyway, my email also will be in the comments. Let me know if you have any suggestions for future ideas that are around longevity, healthy old age, Ikigai. I would love to do more with this topic. So I'm going to keep pursuing my passion and see about that fourth thing about can it make money. And I don't know, we may not live forever. I may not get that vampiric immortality that I've always looked for, but I will take those healthy, happy years living my Ikigai. Thank you so much for being here. ADHD for sure is coming next, and I'll also have a link to an article that I'm having that is being published on that same topic. Please subscribe, please share, please leave comments. I just love you all for being here. Thank you so much. Talk to you in the next one. All right, bye.